The member for Perth will cease interjecting, and before the Treasurer begins, there's a number of members who I ask to cease interjecting each day. I'll just simply eject them from now on, so everyone's got clear warning, and the member for Perth's now put himself in that category. The Treasurer has the call.
Well, thank you, Mr Speaker, and I thank the member for Boothby for her question and acknowledge her experience as a journalist working for the Australian Chamber of Commerce and Industry before coming to this place, and a strong advocate for small businesses across her electorate. Indeed, around 70,000 taxpayers in the honourable member's electorate will benefit from tax cuts that we on this side of the House have supported, and around 20,000 businesses across the electorate of Boothby will benefit and be eligible for the expanded instant asset write-off that we as a government have introduced in order to boost investment and the strength of our economy. Now, Mr Speaker, while we in this chamber are sitting here, many members sitting here in masks, millions of our fellow Australians are in lockdown, businesses are closed, kids are being homeschooled and families are apart. These are really, really difficult times. Tough times, very tough times. But we, by sticking together as a nation, will get through this as we have done before, facing a once-in-a-century pandemic. And our economic support has totalled more than $300 billion in commitments, Mr Speaker. Commitments and the delivery of extensive economic support that saw Australia's unemployment rate come down to a decade low of 4.9%. And we are providing COVID disaster payments that are tax-free at $750 for people who have lost 20 hours or more of work per week, and payments of $450 for those who have lost between 8 and 20 hours of work. We've entered into partnerships with state governments to provide small business support, like in the honourable member's home state of South Australia, where small businesses, thousands of them, are getting $3,000 grants as a result of the partnership between us and the Marshall government. We've entered into similar arrangements across Victoria, where $800 million combined from the federal and the state government are going to Victorian businesses, and of course in New South Wales on a 50-50 arrangement, which can see businesses get up to $100,000 a week, depending on their turnover, Mr Speaker, as a result of this pandemic. Now, in terms of alternative approaches, we know that those opposite continue to talk the economy down, Mr Speaker. In the face of this pandemic, they continue to talk the economy down. They have policies that will drive the economy down. Cash splashes to millions of Australians who have already had the jab. Higher taxes that the member for Rankin took to the last election, Mr Speaker. Higher taxes, and of course they continue to talk down the success of the JobKeeper program, which has helped save the economy.
The time has concluded. The member for Werriwa has